Hi everyone, I am Dr. Sarita Prem, Director of Amadou Surabhi Ayurveda Siddha Hospitals. So here I am with a new video, that is asthma. So what is asthma? Its causes, types, symptoms and the diagnostic tools which we are using in this disease, and also the important Ayurvedic treatments and what the important diet which you have to take and which you should not take. So these are the highlights of today's video. Asthma is a common condition which we know many of the people are facing in the world. So a lot of misunderstanding is there with this disease again. So what is asthma? Asthma is a severe or chronic inflammatory condition of the airways. So here there will be obstruction in the airways. It can be due to any reason. It can be due to an allergen, or it can be due to any other infections like bacterial, viral, etc. Or it can be a secondary infection of any condition, any other diseases. So there are a lot of reasons for asthma. So here there will be severe bronchospasm. So we all know in our lungs there are a lot of air sacs. So when the air sacs are free from all the allergens and other secretions, definitely there will be a good airflow within our in all our lobes of lungs. So when there are any allergens, it causes a severe obstruction for this airflow. So there the symptom of asthma triggers. So what are the causes of asthma? Mainly there are many precipitating and causative factors. The first and the main cause is allergy, that is allergic reaction to certain particles like dust, that is dust mites, especially outside the in likewise in road or anywhere, or outside the home, and even inside the home like from the surfaces like fan or table or bed sheet, even pillows, and also in between the books and all. Certain dust mites will be present, and when these are irritating, definitely it leads to severe cough and dyspnea. And the other reasons are pollen grains. In certain flowers will be having some pollen grains. So when the person is inhaling this pollen grains, definitely it irritates his respiratory airways. And other one is some smell, some sort of smell, especially some perfumes or any hard smell. And sometimes in home, in kitchen, if anyone is spluttering this mustard and all, no, the smell may irritate many and can lead to dyspnea. These all allergens will gradually develop some symptoms, and then only it leads to a dyspnea stage. So it gradually happens in majority cases, especially if it is allergic asthma. And other causes are intake of extreme cold food items like cool drinks, ice creams, etc. Intake of maida products, and also exposure to smoke that is fire smoke or any industrial or factory smokes. All this and also cigarette smoke. This all can lead to, gradually it leads to bronchial asthma. And also hormonal imbalance in women is another reason for asthma. And certain drugs can lead to asthmatic conditions, that is drug induced asthma due to the side reactions of certain medicines. And also exertional dyspnea is very common in people. When they do exercise or any type of vigorous walking, they will be developing a dyspnea. These all are some of the triggering factors of dyspnea, that is asthma. And now, what are the symptoms which we see in an asthma patient? Typical symptoms of an asthma patient are, they will be having a severe tightness in the chest and also recurrent cough, intermittent cough. Especially the cough will be more at night hours. So night hours, after a time period, after 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, they will be having severe cough and dyspnea. And when they inhale, there will be a wheezing sound. We can hear a whistling sound when they inhale. And also they will be very tired. Tiredness is also one of the symptoms of asthma. And patient will be having severe difficulty to breathe. Even they find difficult to talk during the symptoms. These are the few symptoms. And now here you have to understand what are the types of asthma. There are many types Actually, some of the subtypes, in subtypes it will be extrinsic asthma and intrinsic asthma. Extrinsic asthma is common allergic asthma, which I told it will be triggering due to the allergens. And the intrinsic asthma is usually observed in old age. It doesn't need any other triggering factors like allergens. It is usually observed in old age due to any other diseases. And some other types of asthma are allergic asthma, which is due to some allergens like pollen grains or any dust or any other smell or any other food items. And even some seafoods can trigger the asthma. Like seafoods like prawns, squid and crab all know. When people take this, they usually develop a difficulty in breathing. So such type of categories will come in allergic asthma. And the other type is seasonal asthma. It happens only during certain season, especially during winter season or rainy season when there is extreme thunderstorm and all. No, that time the patient will be developing severe asthma, severe difficulty in breathing. And the other one is occupational asthma. Occupational asthma means it will be symptomatic. Here the patient will be symptomatic only in the workplace. For example, if he is working in a bakery, certain smell may irritate him. So there he will develop a difficulty. That is occupational asthma. And the other one is exercise induced asthma. That already I told you in the causative factor. That only here the patient will be having severe difficulty in breathing when he is having some exertion or when he is doing some exercise, when he is walking in a little more speed. That time he develop a difficulty in breathing. The next one is severe onset asthma. That is the patient will be, here the person will be sitting idly and severe, at a sudden he will develop a cough and dyspnea. Severe, recurrent, without in an interval that episode will happen many times. So this is called as a severe asthma or a recurrent sudden onset of asthma. And the next type is childhood asthma. It is very common now in children. During their childhood only they develop severe cough and wheezing and dyspnea. So if this condition is untreated in the childhood, definitely it can lead to severe lung conditions. But if you are able to treat this condition from childhood, definitely as he get older, he will be having very good relief from this condition. So these are some of the types. And now we have to see what are the investigation method, what are the diagnostic tool to find whether this condition is asthma or what, or any other disease. So blood investigation is as usual a common investigative method. That is, we can check whether he is having any allergens in the blood, that we can check out, or due to any other viral infection. And also the other one is common test which we follow is pulmonary function test, as PFT. So when the patient is telling the symptoms only, a doctor can diagnose what is the condition. Definitely he will be having any familial history of bronchial asthma. So from that interrogation only we can understand the disease. And nextly, the Ayurvedic concept of this disease, what it is and how Ayurveda is popular in treating asthma. That is a very important thing. See, people are very much confused to know what they have to select. Especially they have to select modern science or old ancient science, which is better. Many even ask me, Doctor, what is a method you follow? See, Ayurveda always give importance for Nidana Parivartana. We used to tell just what are the causes is happening, what are the causative factors for the disease. Just try to avoid that. And also we are more concentrating to remove the causative factor completely. If there is any root cause for the disease, for example, in allergic asthma, the allergens are getting accumulated. Excess mucus secretion is formed in the alveola. So what we do is we used to administer the patient medicines that is having immunomodulation action and expectorant action and bronchodilator. These are the medicines which we administer. This is a typical systematic way of treating the patient with asthma. So Ayurveda is already specifying the disease as Pranavaha Sroto Vikara. This is called as Shwasa Roga in Ayurveda. So here what we administered is the bronchodilators, immunomodulators and expectorant action medicines we are administering the patient. In typical systematic scientific diet also we used to advise them what they have to follow and how they have to sleep, what are the positional things they have to be concentrated on, what water they have to drink, everything we used to explain them. So some of the drug of choice which we use in Ayurveda is tulasi, that is basil leaves, vasa, that is Adathoda vasica, ginger, pepper and piper longum, and also garlic. These all medicines are some of the drug of choice which we used to take to treat this condition. And also honey is one of the main co-media to use these drugs. And also some of them, there are a lot of preparations in Ayurveda which is giving a miraculous result in treating this condition, like Dashamula Kadatrayanga Kashayam, Dashamula Rasayanam, Chavanaprasham, Shwasanandam tablet, Haridra Gandam, and also this Avasarishtam. So certain Trikadu Churnam, certain these all medicines which we used to we used to advise patient according to his condition. Even if I told this medicine, don't go blindly and take these medicines. No, you have to consult an Ayurvedic physician and you have to confirm among these which is ideal for you. Then only you have to take that medicines. Here we used to advise a patient a scientific diet. What do he have to follow if he is having severe bronchial asthma? When the patient is having severe bronchial asthma, definitely he have to take only light diet which is little hot. That gives him more relief from the symptoms. He have to be very cautious how he sit and how he sleep. If he sleep in a supine position in a flat post, definitely he will be having more severe dyspneic symptoms. So he must be lying in a prone position. He can lie in a left lateral position, or he can just use pillows to and lift his body a little, and he can in a half sitting position like that. These are the positions which the patient should be very conscious. And in Ayurveda, in severe bronchial asthma, if the patient is having somewhat, he is having good strength and all, we used to advise them, we used to administer Panchakarma treatments like Vamana and Virechana. Vamana already I told you once, that is emesis therapy which we follow. The among Panchakarma it is one. So Panchakarma already I told you, Vamana, Virechana, Nasya, Rekta Moshna and Vasti. So these are the techniques, these are the 5 karmas. And among these, Vamana and Virechana is commonly we used to administer in these patients according to the in scientific method, like pre-preparations and everything. And also after this procedure, we used to advise what he have to follow in diet and all, very light food, and he must what all things he have to avoid. We used to advise the patient. So nextly, it is very important to know what are the important diet the patient should follow when he is having, or if he is allergic to this condition, if he is having allergic asthma and all. Those who are suffering from asthma must eat lot of leafy vegetables, grams, and even they can have nuts, especially badam, walnut and all. And they have to take more fruits which is not much sour. Yeah, because we know almost all the fruits are rich in vitamin C. Especially he can the patient can have apple, pomegranate and also guava and all in this time. And also he can have curd which is not sour, but not in the night time. The patient should avoid some of the underground root vegetables like tapioca, and also certain seafood he have to avoid, especially like crab, prawns, squid and all the patient should avoid, because these all are triggering factors for asthma. And also he must avoid all the cold food items and cold drinks. Drink plenty of water, drink plenty of lukewarm water, which is very useful for you. And in the diet you can include turmeric, pepper, ginger and all, garlic, so that it reduces the inflammation in the bronchial tube. See, ginger is having a typical action of analgesic and anti-inflammatory action. So daily 1 spoon of ginger juice with honey in empty stomach is very beneficial for patient who is suffering from asthma. Trikadu Churna with honey is very beneficial. So these type of things you can follow. And in diet, if you are allergic to certain fruits, if you observe that if you are getting more difficulty when you take pineapple or any other things, any other fruits, you can just avoid it. Just observe and avoid it, and avoid all the maida products and junk foods like pizza, burger and deep fried food items. So these are some of the information regarding asthma. Definitely it will be very useful to you. So share to maximum, subscribe our channel, and also you can ask your doubts in the comment box or in our personal numbers by joining through our WhatsApp link. So next time we'll meet with a new video.